early in my teaching career, I was always amazed at how many kids could, fumble and bumble their way through a school year. And then you hit, say, spring sports season, if they're, in a spring sport. And then all of a sudden, like, grades pop up. They're attentive in class. Like, you would think that you got busier so you'd be tired in class or your homework doesn't get done. And I actually find that it's usually the opposite. Like, kids tend to do more homework, be more attentive in class during their sports season. And when they're out of season, they're just sort of hanging out. And I don't know how much of that is just that you have that routine, or if it's you have the extra support of coach and teammates, or what that is. In terms of, say, academics, do you feel like the loss of a sports season is going to have an academic impact on kids, or is it really more on the athletic and social sides?
I think you're exactly right. I think there's going to be a loss academically, because anytime you get off of that structure, that routine, you're not your best self. You're not the best person you can be. I mean, I don't know how this is going for you personally, but I know for me, the lack of structure has affected me. I'm used to, getting up early, getting my kids ready for school, taking the 1 hour commute to school, going through my class routine, going through planning period, the hour commute home, and then usually running my son or daughter to basketball, wrestling, baseball, whatever it is. And it just kind of keeps me, plugging along and focused on the goal. Whereas now, I'm looking at my calendar and all the things I wrote down in it don't matter. And I've got 12 hours of free time every day. So finding a routine is really key. And you can try to do it yourself all you want, but, having a coach or teammates or friends to keep you on track is really important. And you just don't have that with this current situation.
Yeah, it's as you were saying that, like, thinking about, sort of keep your eye on the prize, maybe in terms of like the short-term goals, what do I do today? What do I do next? And it's almost like you jump into a swimming pool and they took the lane ropes down, and you go from like, if my goal is to get some swimming in and work out, it goes a lot easier when I'm stuck in a lane, when I just see an open pool, I just start flopping around all over the place. You can do whatever you want. And I've actually gotten that feedback from students. I've sort of waded in slowly. When we first closed schools, I was gung-ho. I was ready. I had a million ideas of cool new things to do. I was like, you know what? This is going to suck either way. Let's try out some new stuff. And then as we got more and more guidance and things got a little more restrictive, I got a little frustrated. And now I'm whatever. I'm at peace with it. We're just going to do what we got to do. But I've worked slowly into the classroom stuff because I'm trying to figure out what's going to work best and what is the final guidance going to be from our administration. But one of the things I did was I asked kids in all the classes. The only ones who have responded, I think, are the AP kids. But I said, just, give me a sentence or two, no big deal. What's something you've learned in the last month without school? By far, top two responses are that students feel far less stressed. They're amazed at how free and like calm they feel without homework and tests in school. And then how many of them actually miss having structure. Like they say all the time, like so many kids have said, I've learned that I really need to have a good schedule because otherwise I'll just sit down and watch TV. And the next thing I know, it's 7 hours later and I haven't moved. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. They're like, I need stuff to do, which is incredibly difficult because we don't have school. We don't have sports. We don't have much, for younger kids. You say your son's 10. How old's your daughter?
She's 8.
8. So how are they responding?
They're being really good. They're fighting a little bit. They're filling their time. They go to Frederick County Public Schools and they have about an hour worth of work to do a day that, we download from their Google Classroom. But other than that, they're spending more time on electronics and devices and things that we would like. Right. Because they're usually both pretty active kids. She's a gymnast and a basketball player, and she plays soccer. And like I said, he plays 3 sports, and we're used to being on the go, and we're just dealing with what we've got here, Yeah. And I think I saw a post on Facebook this morning, and a woman said, "My husband got in the shower, got dressed, and went to work today. I'm so jealous." And that's something I never thought I would connect with. Because like most teachers, I enjoy snow days. And when you get that call in the middle of the night or in the early morning and says you don't have to go to school today, you usually celebrate. But, we're 35 straight days into snow days kind of, and
Yeah, it
it's not
gives you
fun anymore.
right. It gives you nothing to push back against. The occasional day off is a treat, but when they're all days off, it sort of loses its zest a little bit.
Mhm.
It's funny, even there, we're like with routines, 2, 3, probably 3 days a week right now, I'm doing like a legit, more or less a full work day, because then my wife is running her business from home. So she has to teach classes online. And so I'm with the kids. So on the days though, where I'm, trying to do work with students online, or I'm creating materials, or I'm doing whatever, I still get up and I do my morning routine. I do it an hour later than normal, but I take a shower. I like get dressed like I'm going to work. Like right before this, I had on full, school gear and the whole deal for the meetings, just because even though I'm not going anywhere, for me, like mentally, that's part of my prep, and it's really weird trying to get ready to talk to students or to work through stuff, say, having not done the commute. You and I both have a long commute. I didn't realize how important that commute has been in me
Yeah.
getting that time to like mentally prepare and reflect on what's happening or what happened today.